Good morning. My name is Sam Feinsmith, and I am so glad to be with you for Orot's special Ushpizin video teaching series for Sukkot this year. Today I'm going to talk to us a little bit about Abraham, our first guest. In the Kabbalistic tradition, Abraham is paired with the quality of chesed, expansive or boundless loving kindness. This pairing was already prefigured in Avot de Rabbi Natan, an 8th through 10th century commentary on Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, one of the tractates in the Mishnah, the foundational code of Jewish law. And in that code, Yosef ben Yochanan, Ish Yerushalayim, says, "May your home be widely open, and may the poor be regulars in your home." Commenting on this teaching, Avot de Rabbi Natan tells a story about Abraham. Abraham would go out and wander about in the world, and when he would find guests, he would bring them into his house. If they were so poor that they couldn't eat wheat bread, he fed them wheat bread. If they were too poor to eat meat, he would feed them meat. If they were too poor to drink wine, he would give them wine. And not only this, but he stood up and built a large booth at the crossroads and placed food and drink there. Anyone who passed by and entered would eat and drink and offer blessings to heaven. This is why Abraham experienced peace of mind. What a beautiful teaching about Abraham. What a wonderful quality to embody chesed in such a way as to invite in those who are needy and give them ample nourishment beyond what their custom may be, helping them to feel special, helping them to feel full, helping them to feel satisfied. And not only that, but going out into the world and creating opportunities and a special designated place for people to feel nourished and offer thanks to heaven. Rabbi Eliyahu Kitov, a 20th century teacher, encourages us to emulate Abraham's generosity during the festival of Sukkot in the following way. He says, "Any one of us who is pious must see to have at least one poor person at our table each day of Sukkot. And we should relate to that person as if they are one of the patriarchs, the one we had invited in that day, and give them a healthy portion fit for one of the honored patriarchs dining with us. And blessing will rest on the head of anyone who can have 7 poor people in attendance, corresponding to all 7 patriarchs." And so here Eliyahu Kitov reminds us that just as Pirkei Avot teaches that our home should be widely open, our sukkah should also be widely open, embodying the quality of Abraham, the quality of chesed. To me, this is so very touching. I find this kind of open-hearted generosity profoundly inspiring and heart-opening, and especially during Sukkot. During a fall festival when we acknowledge our own vulnerability and fragility, as the seasons change and the world grows cold and dark, we might be tempted to close ourselves in, cloister ourselves away behind impregnable walls. Instead, Abraham reminds us to open our sukkah wide and invite in the most vulnerable. It is in this kind of courageous generosity that we open our hearts to loving kindness and connection, a quality that brings us blessing and peace, and some measure of stability, even as we face the vicissitudes and often turbulent weather patterns of life. So what's our takeaway for Sukkot this year? Why can Abraham's life offer us wisdom, light, and guidance right now? Well, on account of the pandemic, this year we may not be able to open the doors of our sukkah wide, but we can commit to keeping our hearts widely open, embodying the spirit of Abraham on the first day of Sukkot, and sharing our generosity with those who need our care and support in all kinds of other ways. And so I want to wish you an evening of dwelling in the light and presence of Abraham, the champion of chesed, expansive, limitless kindness, and a heart that is widely open to the world, one committed to reaching out to others, to supporting those in need, and to doing acts of kindness and charity. A Chag Sameach from Orot. All the very best.